I can't undo what I did.
Hi folks, the cinema of 2023 promises us a lot of entertainment for all tastes. It will be especially pleasing to see our good old friends returning to action and giving their fans what they all love so much. Fights, races, amazing stunts, and much more other stuff. So here are the top 10 action movies you should not miss in 2023. Number 10. The Covenant.
You have tallies approaching.
Being famous for his criminal comedies like Snatch and Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, Guy Ritchie isn't afraid to give himself a go in a completely unfamiliar genres. This time he'll cover the Afghanistan War. It's interesting how a British hooligan will handle such a serious topic. An additional guarantee of quality is the fact that the main role is taken by none other than Jake Gyllenhaal, who doesn't get involved in flops and always gives his best performance. He plays Sergeant John Kinley, who goes on a dangerous mission with a guide, Ahmed. A local man has agreed to help in order to take revenge on the Taliban for the death of his son. As a result, Ahmed is captured. His superiors are not going to organize his rescue, so Kinley sets out on his own. Number 9. Extraction 2. In 2020, Extraction was one of the most popular Netflix movies. No wonder they started to work on a sequel. Back then, everyone was amused by the non-stop action on the screen. This time, no one's gonna lower the bar. The same team is responsible for the production, so another explosive action flick is guaranteed. Of course, Chris Hemsworth is returning to the role of Tyler Rake. His new case will be even more difficult. The militant needs to infiltrate the most brutal prison in the world and rescue a family that crossed paths with a powerful gangster. Number 8. The Expendables 4. Totally a gift for those who missed the old-school 90s action movies. The Elite Squad has thinned out a bit since the previous installments, but remains as strong as ever. The setting will be full of brutal action and electrifying charisma. Jason Statham and Sylvester Stallone are in charge of the high degree of testosterone. Megan Fox and other stars will accompany the tough men. Even 50 Cent has joined the explosive party of theirs. In the story, the Expendable Squad will face an influential arms dealer who has created his own private army. Number 7. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
I'm not the one to fear, Prime. There is a darkness coming.
Huge robots from another planet are coming back, and they're not alone. The 7th installment of the franchise will introduce us to new species. Michael Bay has been replaced in the director's chair by the man behind Creed 2, Stephen Caple Jr., who is ready to refresh the unstable movie series. The audience's jaws will drop from the clashes of metal giants because the scale has only increased.
You've never faced anything like this.
Not to mention the main surprise, animal robots. Who would want to see a Metal King Kong in action? The movie is set in the 90s. The eternal confrontation between Autobots and Decepticons will be joined by Maximals, Predacons, and Terroricons. Sure thing, humans will also be lucky enough to get involved in the conflict. Number 6. John Wick, Chapter 4.
I'm going to need a gun.
Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die.
The best still can't let the former killer go. Keanu Reeves' character will once again have to find himself in an unequal battle with the entire criminal underworld. This time, there'll be more of everything. More action, more stylish shots, more hours of length. The latest installment will again be directed by former stuntman Chad Stahelski, so there's nothing to worry about the quality of the fight scenes. The plot of the 4th chapter completely follows the previous ones. After previous attempts to retire, it seems like John finds a way to get rid of his pursuers, although a new dangerous enemy appears in his path. Number 5. Indiana Jones 5.
Get back!
The first part of the adventures of the dauntless archaeologist was published back in 1981.
Trust me.
And now, Harrison Ford shakes the dust off his hat, picks up a whip, and sets off on a new journey. The creator of his main character, Steven Spielberg, will now be limited to the producer's role. However, the replacement is more than worthy of attention. The film is directed by James Mangold, known for his Logan and Ford vs. Ferrari films. It was he who got lucky enough to show what may be the Indiana's last case as we know it. His quiet retirement is interrupted by an old enemy who threatens the whole world. Most likely the movie will be not just a continuation of the main adventure franchise, but an emotional farewell to the iconic hero. Although who knows, maybe we'll see the passing of the torch. Number 4. Fast 10. The main family franchise is rushing towards us at an incredible speed. We all know what's coming to us: furious fights, unbridled drive, and wise quotes from Dominic Toretto.
You will never be able to break my family.
The cast is just bursting with big names: Vin Diesel, Jason Momoa, Brie Larson, Charlize Theron, and many other familiar faces. You'll be surprised, but in this case, the heroes are going to face a mysterious enemy of the past too. Dominic Toretto has managed to overcome every enemy on his way, but his family is in danger again. So he'll have to press the gas pedal all the way down for the last time, although that's not certain as always. Number 3. The Flash.
I created a world with no metahumans, and now there's no one to defend us.
One of the most awaited movies of the DC Cinematic Universe will finally reach the big screen. You can count on a powerful response to the modern Marvel flicks with its insane jumps across multiverses. The Flash is on a mission to revive and set a new course for DC Comics. Barry Allen, played by Ezra Miller, has to travel back in time to save his family. This decision leads to unpredictable results in the future. The usual superheroes are no longer there. But as we already know, we will have to meet Batman, and maybe even more than one Batman.
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Number 2. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Are you ready for one last ride?
Not moving far from the superheroes. Nevertheless, when talking about the genre, we're looking forward to Marvel's blockbuster the most. It will be the trilogy finale about the crew of space hooligans the audience loved so much. The prequel was at risk of being cancelled due to the temporary dismissal of the creator of the previous films, James Gunn. Still, Disney relented by allowing the most rock and rollish author of the cinematic universe to complete the Guardians story. He has already promised fans that Volume 3 will mark the grand finale of the trilogy. The previous parts are considered to be among the best Marvel movies. Therefore, the completion of this comprehensive story will make the Guardians a real gem of the entire comic book genre. Number 1. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. After watching the promotional materials alone, there is no doubt which movie will take the cake as the main action movie of 2023. Tom Cruise has long established himself as Hollywood's top-notch daredevil. He doesn't care about his age, and even at 60 he's ready to perform incredible stunts on his own. The franchise has been impressing audiences throughout 6 films. It looks like it still has something to show. At the very least, the motorcycle jump into the abyss is already being called the greatest stunt in the history of cinema. The finale of the story of Special Agent Ethan Hunt was divided into 2 parts, and this year we'll see only the beginning of the epic ending. And that's what we have for our adrenaline-pumping top 10. The list is packed, but there are still a lot of promising flicks left out. So be sure to tell us what we didn't mention in vain and what are your most anticipated action films of 2023.